Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be yet another play session of the Mountaineer Campaign. Today's first map is going to be on Hills Counterattack in the Antietam map rotation. Balance is very good, so it should be a very even 50-50 match here. The map is pretty open, a lot of open ground to work with. It's a little hard to manage in low pop. But real quick, let's go over roll call. I'll start with the Union team. I also have MCP here, returning yet again as a guest, so he'll be helping out as an eye in the sky.
Hello.
On the Union team, we've got 4th WV led by Lightburn. 9th is going to be led by Captain Carter. CQB by Hayden. IVB by Street Meat. And that looks to be about it. Who's over on the CSA side?
Give me a second. We've already got our first warning.
You do?
Yep.
Who? For what?
Metal for moving the cannon before 42.
Okay. Just send him a reminder.
Yeah, I just threw the warning up. Anyway, for CQB, we have 15th Alabama under the command of Second Lieutenant Big Country, 1st Min Cavalry under the command of Sergeant Drezzy. Then we have EB under the command of 1st Sergeant Crawford, with Captain Zach and Canadian both taking battery commands. Those are 1st Min and EB batteries respectively.
All right, so they're running quite a few cannons on this map. Balance, like I said, is pretty optimal. These cannons will take away a couple guys from the front line. We'll see if they can really do a good job. Already right off the bat, we've got a big CSA flank going on. What do you think about that?
I think it's actually, I didn't voice any objections during coordination, but personally, I'm against this because every time I've played Hill's Counterattack and we've gone right, it's just turned into a kill box because Union will take the corn and they can come a little bit ways to the Confederate right into the open field along the snake fence, and it just turns into a death funnel.
Yeah, leaving this full right side open for Union. I think attacking them in the position Union's in is usually beneficial because of the trees. It makes it hard for them to really hold that position. Maybe they're just trying to go all the way around the corner.
So what the fuck are we gonna do now?
Not sure what their end game is.
It's entirely possible, but I mean, with Union taking a standard play over in the trees and then CSA doing something a bit unorthodox coming full right, I mean, they're quite literally miles away from each other.
Yeah, Union just has to wait, and they're fine. This is quite a they do have sharpshooter rifles. I know a couple of them should have Whitworths of scopes. The rest have Mississippi rifles. So they can make those shots, maybe. But that's still pretty far.
I mean, I've seen some puff of dirt, but they've been falling short by a few yards, by about 10 or so yards.
Yeah, I think the Union gets worse rifles than the CSA on this one. Let me double check.
Let's go left, IVB, left.
Yeah. But as it stands, I think the CSA may try to force an early cap just to pull Union out of those trees. And CSA artillery just beginning to open up now. Looks like they shot wide. Exactly how far and how wide, I am not sure of. Yeah, Union are just sitting up here. Should be taking the front in the field.
Should give artillery time to really target them over there, but it's a tough shot.
I mean, yeah, the longer they sit here, the more opportune the artillery will be, especially how grouped up they are. I mean, one good case shot will knock down most of the guys, probably killing a good 3 or 4.
Got a decent gun lined up right now. Any second now, he should see an alright shot. Very long distance firefight, already a couple minutes into the match. I don't even think a single casualty's been taken. Maybe 1 or 2. CSA's falling back.
That cannon shot flies right over the head of 9th Corps, almost taking off a private's head, becoming an expensive rifle shot. And I believe they have suffered some casualties. I've got a Union guy coming from spawn, maybe a late spawn, maybe a kill. I'm not sure yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
just where.
There's been some good matches. These are gonna be two good matches today.
Now, Sigmar, I've seen you do like a zoom in when you're spectating. What's the control for that? I've never been able to figure it out.
Just left click.
Just left click? Oh. I'm so used to left click being fire button, I didn't think it'd be anything else, even in spectator.
So far, very boring. Not a lot of movement. They're just opting for the long distance shootout. At this rate, if they keep it up, Union's going to end up winning. And
Yeah, Union will
using a
win
lot of their
this. I've got a
time.
couple of dead bodies over here on the CSA side.
Still no or not many casualties on the Union. They've got high ground plus better cover.
Yeah, but I mean they're firing through straight into a snake fence. So I mean the only real advantage they have is that high ground. CSA is close enough to the straight fence they can shoot over it.
We're going for the early cap.
Another couple of cannon shots, one over, one under.
Just heard CSA say that they're going for the early cap. I think honestly where Union is right now is pretty good spot to stop that. If they see CSA pushing across the field, just hold fire, wait till they get closer, and it'll volley them. Maybe charge them out.
CQB and Fourth West might. I don't think IVB has the discipline to do it though. I don't think they have the trigger discipline to hold fire and do a volley on an advancing unit.
Yeah, they might just go max rate of fire. Either way is fine. Don't see a lot of volleys in low pop just because it's volleys in general are kind of a novelty, unfortunately. They do some cool stuff, but ain't like real life.
I mean, it can be effective, but I mean, not in low pop unless you're pinpoint accurate. And CSA they're positioned in that little foliage there just off to the southeast side of point.
Yeah, I just realized where CSA is capping right now, it actually is pretty bad for the Union because the Union has to give up more of their ground to get into the cap zone. That's going to be tough for Union once they take point. I don't know.
Well, Union can't stay there for much longer. CSA artillery has them zeroed now. A shot landed dead center, but just off the mark to get anything. It landed in front of, and their shells are starting to land in front of Union.
Yeah, they're zoning in. Unfortunately, where they are right now, the Union is for the gun batteries. It's going to be hard to get an actual splash with the shell. They can get some direct hits, but they're going to have to get real precise to splash.
And now begins the counterattack. We have 19 minutes, or 19:45 on the clock. And I believe, if I remember correctly from the CSA sketch, this is kind of what they wanted. They wanted to take point if Union was going to sit back, force them out into the open to give them their artillery some cleaner shots.
Here comes Union. Slightly disorganized, however. Looks like half the Union force. I am going to assume that is, IVB coming in. Coming in for
and then we have
patchy
the
attack.
rest of the Union. The rest of the Union kind of going to file in behind them, but they're going to run into a crossfire.
They will. These CSA guys in the bush, I feel like are about to get their lunch money stolen.
Yeah, that's first minute EB, and it's a very CSA flag goes down trying to get out. It's hit or miss.
I think they did well.
It looks like.
Here comes the reinforcements.
Union,
it's looking like I'm thinking it's looking like a Union win right now.
Yeah, this is going to be a Union victory. CSA flag might get out.
Cannon shot. It's looking a little 50-50.
Yeah, it's 50-50. They still have a couple of guys.
Now it's back in the favor of CSA. Or sorry, it's back in favor of the Federales.
Union.
Yep.
Union.
They cleaned it up. They got it.
Yep, it's just a fool. Flags just run. What are they doing?
Yeah,
Dixie get ready to try and chase the flags.
See if they can down those flags.
Dixie's complaining about not chasing.
He's complaining about not chasing them?
Yeah, he ran up the road, then stopped and turned around when he realized he had no one else. He's like, man, we could have taken him. We should have pushed. We could have taken him. And he's not wrong. Only 4 guys. 2 flags.
They could have pursued. I'm getting there. Oh, they
And-
just dropped one flag out of at least a 200-yard shot. Maybe, yeah.
Yep, and then back-to-back shots, It stays
Back
down.
shots.
Yep,
Devious.
back-to-back shots. And then artillery gets in. They're getting zoned. I mean, sure. CSA lost that charge. They took the early cap. They forced Union out, caused some damage. But unfortunately, I don't think CSA artillery was in any position to assist there. If they were, that could have been a different story.
Yep, Union's going to retake point. They have a very distinct morale advantage after that first engagement. Balance is still good, so that's not a factor. They'll probably just try to do it again.
Yeah, it's a one-man imbalance -7 to the CSA, so that's a imbalance of around 8 rifles.
Oh, because of artillery. Yeah,
they
that
got 7 men on
artillery
the
is
gun.
really gonna. I feel like I say it every time I see artillery, but like for me personally, like having one gun or like 1 or 2 guns on that map that really promotes artillery. There's just certain maps though where having more than one gun can sometimes be consequential.
This one is mine.
Yeah, right here, 1, maybe 2, no more than 4 men on artillery. With 7 there, that's 3 rifles. That's 7 rifles they're not getting, and it can result in lost battles just like that. And just as we're saying something, Complex just calls it out. I'm not sure if he's saying that for his team or if he's on Union. Yeah, he's on Union, so he's just calling out 7-man artillery for the Confederacy, which may convince them to take more of these straight up fights as rebels re-rally at point at spawn. And who is this way out here that just nearly got decapitated himself?
Oh, in the bush?
Jam out here for Jam out here scouting for CQB.
Sure, they don't fire that goddamn rifle.
Yeah, I want to say Jam knows better than that, but I mean, heat of the moment, right?
I'm going no mercy.
Well, Confederates going all left. Jam sees them and is going to use concealment of the bush to make his way back to the unit.
Looks like CSA is opting for the traditional attack on the Union position.
Which, and it looks like the Union might be using defense in depth. I'm seeing 3 distinct lines positioned. An artillery shot flies right through the CQB line up here.
Very close to hitting, but not quite. CSA
Yeah,
opting
went
for
right over one guy's shoulder.
gun line on the fence.
And I mean, it gives them the best cover, especially if they get on the left side of that straight rail. Then they'll be able to shoot into the Union who don't have any cover, just concealment.
Let's go.
Synchronized cannon shots, or maybe that was a ricochet, but still no dice.
Yep, that one fell short, but I had a good fuse time on it. And CQB 4th West are going to be pulling out of that field, deciding they've had enough of the pressure from the artillery.
Yeah, they're worried about it. Probably not a bad idea to be worried about it. I like to play with fire sometimes. The worst that can happen.
What's the worst if your entire line gets eviscerated by a well-timed cannonball?
They'll just respawn.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they said back in the Civil War. Just respawn, walk it off.
It's just give me more men. Find more.
Yeah, the ticket advantage. CSA actually kind of eating out the tickets just a little bit.
Yep.
In this shootout.
If I was Union, I would maybe kind of take a more passive approach. I'd maybe pull back, go on the back snake rail fence.
Which is
Spit
exactly,
bomb.
they're pulling back at least. They're going to leave, Complex is going to stay up here in the bushes, kind of keep an eye on things, but the main Union line is falling back through the foliage to kind of conceal themselves more.
I wouldn't say ambush. You guys been had about Winston Churchill. That's about it, though.
Double up on the snake fence, boys. Grab a place.
Double it up. Starting to take him tickets back now, boys. Bend that lead, gentlemen.
Still battle ready at just over 31 minutes remaining.
I love this footwork. I Rachel love it.
Now we've had no real action.
Not much except for that one little engagement. Complex is up here. Taking a peep, taking a gander.
The peeping Tom.
Anything else weird going on? I'm not following the rules.
Not that I can see. I mean, Complex hasn't shot yet, has he? He's the only one that would be considered Ramboing at this time.
Cannon shot
Oh,
knocks over
and who is
Carter.
this? Yeah. And good thing that hit right then, because now
Everybody go
Ninth
back.
Corps will be forming to his left and probably going to try and volley. Or they belay the order for fear of artillery, because that just another hair up, that would have been right through Carter's nuts.
There they are, straight northwest. Rotating.
Good Spain and first Minnesota.
They're rotating.
They keep peeking out. Now they're doing pop-up volleys.
How many guns do they have operational over there? 3 or 2?
On CSA, they think they've got 3 total. They have a 4.
Yeah, they're short 1 for 4. Yeah, the main Union line is pulled back to their snake fence with Ninth Corps and some elements of IVB just chilling up here.
Are they in front of us?
Yeah, you can shoot back.
Yeah,
Kinda make it feel like
CSA is volleying,
Right.
is shooting at nothing practically.
tickets. They have to come to us.
Okay, yeah. How many?
If I were CSA, I would try to draw the Union back out and send a skirmishing. I'd pull down to the right to the road here a little bit, and then send some skirmishers on point to force the Union back out. Because right here, they're shooting at nothing. Union's not shooting back.
Yeah, they got to use their time wisely. They're already at 29.
Yeah, we're at 29-20 on both sides, still in battle already.
Load.
Probably very low chance that they win based off a breaking capture. So they've got to start being pretty aggressive.
Well, to win off a breaking capture or cap and hold, they've just got to play aggressive in train tickets. That's really all they got to do, but they're just sitting back and shooting at nothing right now. I mean, there's something to be said for suppressing fire, but, I mean, there's nothing there to suppress.
Oh, there's an off chance they might hit one of the 3 or 8 guys over there. I don't know. They're trying, all right? They're trying. It's a nice line they've got, but
Yeah, it's a very good line, but I mean, that line, if it's not facing anything, is kind of useless. You know, who's this out here? Adam B of 15th LA just running out by himself. He's probably trying to figure out where the rest of the Union is.
somehow Union is neck and neck with CSA on tickets.
Maybe that's
Watch out for Adam. I'll do the warning if he
Yeah.
gets a little uppity. It's a little
well, I
crazy.
mean, he's sitting right next to Complex.
I
wonder who's
don't-
going to shoot the other.
I don't think they
They don't even
spotted
notice
each
each other, I
other.
don't
No.
Complex may have heard him, but and this guy ballsy.
It's going deep.
Adam B up here, yeah, he's ballsy. He's confident in his ability not to be shot because he doesn't think the Union line is there.
Runs by another
Runs.
Union jump. Oh,
What are you doing up here?
Um,
Here, boy. No, I'm not. What are you doing?
that's a Rambo. There's only one other guy even close to him. Street meat. That's a Rambo.
Yeah.
Buddy.
make sure to put your name on that one.
All right.
And then Stream Meat's probably gonna get a little upset about that. Just cause yeah. Okay. Incoming CSA attack.
Yeah, I told him. I said that was a Rambo. Sorry, buddy, and signed it my name.
Yep. That'll be probably a rule, maybe change. Maybe I was thinking of alternatives that maybe if you just put in your name Scout or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, IVB. If you're looking at chat, IVB's Pyro says W admin.
Your flag's down back here.
I'm on
You
the
screwed.
CSA team, so I'm seeing their chats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, IVB. Everyone's laughing at Street for getting the warning for Rambo. They're all saying like lol. They're going like lol W admin.
Standing there, man.
And actually, this is not a good position for CSA to be in right now. They're splitting up. We got
Yeah.
4 or 5 guys out in the field,
Going look
and then a
how
line holding the trees.
spread out they are too. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Both sides just dropped to engage at 26 minutes.
Yep.
This is a shootout. It just takes one Union charge to shove them off.
Shumai. Yeah, we gotta warn Shumai.
I didn't see him. I didn't see him shoot or anything. I just saw him run up. So if you had a better angle to warn, go right ahead. And who CSA is charging? EB and 15th are charging IVB. 4th West runs up to the flank. What was that? I am so confused on what they were thinking there.
CSA. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that they're trying to do a heroic last stand, but they just sent in like 9 guys to the goddamn slaughter.
Yep, and 2 CSA flags go down. CSA is a full wipe. Yep. Artillery shots are getting better. That one was closer. I'll give the Artie boys that.
Hey, don't kill him. No.
And now the last CSA elements at the very rear of their column are being wiped out. 2 EB guys and only CSA still left on the fence. They need to stick to their original plan. From what I remember, they just need to come hold the bottom road here to the south, cap point, and force Union out to fight. Force them into the field, give their Artie the best chance possible.
Probably be optimal, but it might be a little scrambled after that last attack. I think they should just.
I can guarantee you those leaders are going to be having to talking to with each other.
Shouldn't. They should all be happy, man. Kumbaya. Just smoke some green together. I don't know. Shit.
Take a whiff of the devil's lettuce, laddie.
Always helps me.
That was a joke, kids. Don't do drugs.
If you're under 18, you're not supposed to be watching these videos, by the way.
Oh, in that case.
Yeah, bye-bye, MCP. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
What you talk, brother? I'm probably as old, if not older than you. Man, I'm going to college next month.
Oh, you just okay. Well, if you're like actually college age, just going to college, I am your senior. You better respect your elders.
No, I'm older.
Okay.
I'm older.
I was older too.
I'm a little bit older than most graduating seniors out of college.
No shame in that. I just recently, or I shouldn't say recently, I started college as a late bloomer. So, but enough about real life shit.
For my family and my wife. Yeah, time to like table the politics.
No one gives a fuck about real life.
All we're here is for this here and now. Which anyway, what is the significance of this match?
See, I think the if you're talking the psychology of this match, it's really to show that the CSA, while a little disorganized, has heart. I don't fucking know.
All right, now what about the actual practicality? No, this is actually Mountaineer Campaign, but this is week 1 of the off season. Last week, after losing 2 regiments, or after losing 2 tokens in a massive battle on the Pennsylvania-New York border, the Union officially surrendered to end Mountaineer Campaign Season 1. So CSA clinches a win after dominating for 5 weeks straight on the battlefield.
It was a slaughter. Lore accurate.
Yeah, but I mean, lore accurate.
CSA has
honestly,
gone back into the gun battle. I just don't think they have enough time.
Success there before.
They were, but just I don't know if they have enough time.
They don't. We're at just under 22 minutes. CSA's a quarter through engaged. Union just dropped not too long ago. They don't have time for this. If they want to do a gun battle, they have to come to point, cap it, and then fall back to the road on the fence and fight from there. Force Union into the field.
I have my eye on a little somebody who's supposed to not be doing what they're doing at the moment. Let's see if they actually commit to it. I know you're gonna commit to it. Come on, do it. Do it.
Is it our friend here in the bushes?
No. No.
No. Plot twist, he has a scoped rifle, so he's using it to spy, like a telescope.
I'd actually east, but he does have a scoped rifle, but I think he's trying to JFK somebody real quick. Oh, he resisted the urge. How long can he resist the urge? It's like the I need it SpongeBob clip. I need it.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. Watch him just turn around, see he's got like 2 people next to him, then whips a no scope and drops a flag. And CSA moving to the east down the road, abandoning that previous position. I think they're doing this because our friend in the bushes is telling them that they're all just still back up in that corner, like where Union has been for pretty much the entirety of the match.
It's possible. Sergeant Pearson person, good job. You were not. You are the type of person to return their shopping cart after you are done with it. Thank you for your service.
Random compliment. And CSA forming up on that straight fence at the road just outside of Point.
Nice career.
I also have.
And now this puts them in a slightly better position over the Yankees that are, albeit in the shade, out in the open, because those hay bales don't provide much cover.
Nope. You know that CSA has the real actual Donald J. Trump on their side?
Oh, really? They do?
I know. I mean, I would use that for recruiting purposes. Hey, we have like, you know, the big cheese on our unit. You know, come have some fun, but I guess he wants to keep his presence low key.
Yeah, I mean, you know how stressful it is in the White House these days. I mean, he just wants to, you know, relax for a little bit with the boys.
You know, if I was president, I'd play some video games. You know how cool it'd be? You start playing like some Hunt Showdown, you get matched up against Joe Biden. How sick that'd be?
Ooh. Or better yet, you land in Warzone, and then you just go and you find him and you take him hostage.
Take Joe Biden hostage. Just for the record, we are not advocating for kidnapping presidents.
Yeah, for the record, we are not advocating of any violence of any kind, politically motivated or otherwise.
Okay, now that you said politically motivated, you're dog whistling.
So they're abandoning IVB, and CQB pulls back from the field after an artillery shell bursted over their heads, near miss, no dice on anything, but they decide to yield the field.
Yeah,
And we
CSA's going
have
for
some
point cap.
15th Alabama skirmishers, biscuits and gravy, with Adam and Major Gypsy up here, skirmishing and exchanging some fire from the hay bales. But CSA is pretty split up. I'm not sure how this will go when Union countercharges.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what they do. There's a couple IVB guys off on a right side flank. I don't know what they're really planning on doing. The rest of the Union is kind of split the exact same way CSA is. It's kind of odd.
This might just end up in a massive convergence charge there in the center.
Yeah, I'll have to triangulate on each other.
Yep, flanks for flanks. Refusing flanks, turning edges. I mean, those IVB guys on the west side are in a position to engage.
Here comes
and
the
here
Union.
We go. Who's this? Who's this? This is IVB. $5. Yep. Street Meat leading the charge.
He's going straight down the middle.
Yep, and then you have the guys on the Union right charging it as well. About 7 of them in a scattered charge, with CQB and 4th West kind of bringing up the rear.
So retreating down the road. This should be a doozy. Let's see what happens. They're all converging.
This is going to be a close one. This is going to be a close one. I mean, it looks like no one's really going to vault the fence. If it just sits like this, CSA could win it, especially with EB coming in from the left. Point blank shots from CQB really don't hit anything. Guys, you've trained better than that. Come on. But they will win the melee. They lose a few. And CSA getting mopped up on the road.
Yep, looks like it's going to be another Union victory. Very well done by the Union. Still have a ticket advantage as well.
15th Alabama Private Sad trying to run, hides behind some foliage. Union's lost sight of him. But I mean, the artillery, if you were to fire right now that giant blob, it would be really helpful to your team.
Sad is
Sad,
going
what are you
in.
doing?
Don't-
Sad, what are you doing?
it's. I'm gonna excuse that just because it was the last alive.
And beautiful shot. I saw that out the corner of my eye. Did you see that?
I did. Looks like it hit on the back end.
It did. It red misted about 4 or 5 and knocked down a handful of others. Jam yelling out he doesn't want to be there anymore and calling for his mom as they retreat.
Damn.
I
No.
zoom into that and all I hear is Jam. I don't want to be here anymore.
Once Union recaps, there'll be 17:42 left on the clock. Both teams still engaged. CSA is about to go in taking losses.
I don't mean to.
So I mean they're draining tickets and all they have to do is cap when it's breaking. So at this point they'll have to make another couple of charges like that. It'll probably end up with a breaking final push kind of set. I do not see Union dropping the last stand unless
I don't
artillery
mean to
gets way
put it in
better.
a parade big
I'm
country.
listening to the CSA command right now. Let's see what
If
they
we
say.
really cap, we gotta shift to a different position and then just because they're gonna charge us again and do the same ticket thing over and over again. So if we cap point early, then we're gonna have to shift right to a different position, just counterflank them. We can counterflank them and then charge them.
Yeah, as soon as we cap, we should shift it right.
CSA is saying that they want to go cap again, and once they cap, they want to shift from the position. There's these two CSA guys coming up. 15th boys.
They're just pushing up.
They're trying to
they're
recover
probably trying to
flags.
recover flags.
They're trying to
Probably
kill.
No, they were shot at first. I watched. They were shot at first, though. Granted,
Did they have 3 with them?
There was 3 Union boys that shot. 2 ran, 1 stayed, and then Adam just killed that guy.
Well,
He has a major gypsy with him, so that's 2 men.
Okay. Well,
So,
that guy was AFK that they shot. I don't care.
yeah, he would have despawned after a minute anyway. So
Technically, both sides are in the wrong. Both sides are in the wrong.
Union
Nobody
had 3
wins.
guys.
With
Union
1
had 3
AFK.
guys there when they fired. Oh, okay, 1 AFK, so that makes it 2-2.
But we don't know.
Well,
It's technically the CSA guys, I think, did the dirty first, but we're beyond that. They're bigger men.
We are beyond such petty squabbles. And I'm not seeing any flag pickups. Did the flags get out of there?
They're dead.
All right. Well, CSA going up to recap to pull Union down again. Which, I mean, if they just do this, it will force a ticket grind, and eventually they might win one of these charges, with artillery having better zoning now on point. But looks like Union's going to do the same thing again. A unit of 7 or 8 moving off to the left of the Union right. Artillery shots falling just short of the Union line up in the corner. If I'm talking too much, tell me to shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Just trying to have some peace and quiet, man. You just... Going back to a long distance gun battle. No cap point.
While they cap.
Let's see if CSA actually rotates once they cap point, like they say they wanted to.
Now, which direction were they wanting to rotate? You were
To
saying?
the right.
Left?
To the right.
Oh, to the right. Okay, so they're going to go to the corner.
Yeah. We're gonna try.
All right. I mean, not too bad. Not too bad. And there's the cap. Let's see how long it takes Union to come down.
CSA does not appear to be shifting. No, they kind of are. See if they're true to their word.
Yeah, they're not shifting yet, but Union hasn't come down. I'm surprised by this. Usually Union charges right out when they counter.
They've been giving them a
They
couple
haven't done that
minutes.
yet.
No, it's more.
Maybe he's about to start going to
It's like 8. Yeah.
7.
Yeah, a large company of the Union troops going to their right, way out there. Fourth West Virginia holding up here with CQB and 9th Corps and IVB moving hard to the left into the bushes here.
Yep, here comes Union. CSA still has not yet shifted.
They're doing something now.
I figured they were going to go down the road. I didn't think they were going to cut across the field.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a very dangerous spot for Union to be. Because if that artillery happens to have a couple of things loaded.
See what I'm seeing right here? Leave down in the comments if you see what I'm seeing right here. Like and subscribe.
I don't know what they're about to do here. I mean, we got those CSA guys out in the field, but I mean...
Yeah, one of the units shifted. Nobody else shifted. Those guys are going to be out in the field. They're probably going to be alive. It's 53rd PA.
Yeah, Union is just running down the fence now.
Oh, yeah.
Artillery could have done better.
Union is going to tell them to put the fries in the bag.
It's about sending a message. I was going to say, this might have been worth it if both flags are out here, but no, they've only got one of their flags. If they had both flags, I mean, as the people are dying and running away like this, they'd be able to respawn, but now these guys are trapped back here in the corner with nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's pretty disastrous for the CSA team.
This is, I mean, some ticket trades, but that flag's going to try to run out of bounds.
I'm going home.
Said he's going to go home,
Yeah.
he says. I mean, he's got a ways to go. I'm not hitting outer timer yet, and I'm way out in front of him.
If Bushman does not get out of bounds before he gets dropped, that's going to be even worse for the CSA. Looks like he got out of bounds. Yeah, he's clean. He's clear.
He's away. He's away and clear. And CSA, where are they going? Look at this CSA unit up here.
They what the fuck? Wait a second.
They went on a trip.
Oh, I see what they did.
And poor Corporal Gomez up here, he's probably about to get his fade run. Going to run him for his Tims.
Yeah, even take his goddamn socks, man. They haven't spotted him. He's kind of like Drax, you know, you just don't move, they can't see you.
Yeah, he's like standing next to a T-Rex. His vision is based on movement.
Gomi is back.
He's got to go. He can't attack. He has to run. He cannot do anything except sit there or leave.
He just now noticed that there's an entire enemy unit right next to him.
He's
like, hello guys, what's up, bros? That's not friendlies, Gomi. Those are not friendlies.
He is so freaking confused, I bet.
Maybe he knows. I don't know. If he starts shooting at Union, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
I'm gonna
break reloads.
Realizes now.
Oh no, Gomi. I'll warn him.
Oh, he's attacking the flag. He's by himself. Do you want to warn him or me?
I already got him.
He attacked without provocation.
Yeah, I already got him.
We're a whole lot of men.
53rd, let's go.
And Union charge across the open field. And are chasing 53rd all the way back to Richmond, it looks like, as the main CSA force gets back to their fence. Confederate artillery nailing some hits, but nothing really devastating.
Yeah.
But those charges actually evened out the tickets.
It did slightly. I mean, and this is also a very good match in comparison to the last couple weeks. This is, you know, back and forth a little bit. CSA is kind of getting slapped down to the curb, but they're trying. And Union is
they're keeping the cart. They're fighting the good fight.
They are trying. I like some of their positioning. That little wild ride they went on was kind of cool.
Yeah, they ran the Union all the way to the corner and then just said, "What's up, boys?" So I mean, I think at the CSA they have enough time. If they do that a couple of times, they'll knock the Union into breaking and force them to stay out here in the open.
It's possible.
In which case, CSA just sits on the fence and artillery lets it rip.
I mean, they got 14
So-
minutes. I think they can win with a break and capture at this point. They just got to be pretty diligent. I didn't even see where
Oh,
that
that
cannon
was-
shot went.
It landed right in front of the flag and star on the Union left.
Ah, I see. I
Whether
see.
it actually killed or downed anyone, I don't know. Dixie giving advice, move to the right and already can't see you. It's not real. Confederate Army isn't real, it can't hurt you. Kind of vibes.
I couldn't hear you over there.
It looked like
Canister
Still-
shot.
They must be running out of ammunition or they're desperate. Honestly, I'd save the canister at that range, or I'd push the cannon up a little bit more and use canister when you knock them to breaking and force them on
They're just
point.
peeking over at that.
Yeah, that's kind of at that point. I'd triple canny all the cannons, get them lined up in kill zones, and then just wait.
And then just let it rip, bucko! CSA split. We have units up at the road intersection. Then we have units over in the fence with some guys capping on point.
Yep, they are recapping point. That's actually probably going to be good for the CSA. 15th Alabama. Not a bad idea.
It looks like EB might be over on that far left with the other units in the center. And we have another cap.
Okay.
Let's see what
7
Union
minutes
does.
on the clock. That's going to put some time. That's going to put the burner on them. They're going to need to move fast. But the thing is, if Union
What
full
agent?
commits, I mean,
Who warned Agent?
I didn't.
EB. It wasn't me.
I haven't seen anybody.
Could you tell me if I'm high or low?
Nor do I. Union forces running a split. Half of their forces staying up, probably for delayed charge. The other half charging right in between two Confederate lines. I don't see that ending well. They'll probably absorb all the shots, but there probably won't be anyone left to do anything with. IVB and 4th West leading the charge. Lightburn and Street Meat.
Here they come, here they come.
Donald J. Trump bravely meeting the enemies. Oh my God, we have lost our
He got
president.
executed.
45 is
executed.
down. 45 is down.
The Eagle has landed in hell.
Whoa, that's getting too political. Keep your opinions to yourself, good sir. I don't want to hear them.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I believe the CSA tried to, rear charge, but they got completely devastated by the Union unit coming up. Artillery
Yeah.
just off the mark, a little wide. And CSA, what's left of the CSA army is just holding position as best they can and skirmishing in the field in all defense.
I think Union's going to recap here.
Union-
Donald Trump
They're
Trump
just-
is back on the field. He has ascended. The Eagle has ascended from
He
hell.
has returned. Chaplain Dan just got shot. He was executed. It was brutal.
On the job
The
hazard.
Bushman bonsaiing and executed by Street Man. Ow. Big Country doing his best to defend his flag, but goes down.
Another Union
BMO cut down in line
swipe.
of duty.
Not bad.
Yep, now we just have 15th Alabama skirmishers sitting right here in the field. All they need is really just 1 or 2 more kills, and that's breaking. And then then Union will have to sit here.
Biscuits, get up. No.
Come on, Arthur. Oh, looks like we might get those with CSA scattered charge in from point.
Yeah, they're going in. They really shouldn't do that just for the risk of putting themselves in the last stand.
Yeah, and Ghost here, matrixing bullets, runs up, then turns right around. Artillery way overhead. And who is this? Henry, you might want to turn around, buddy. And see, Union has dropped to breaking. All right, Union has to recap, or they might try to last stand them, in which case CSA, Turtle, just sit back.
Yeah, they're not allowed to, though.
Well, then just come up to this fence right here with the artillery and shoot it out.
Yeah, they just have to remain at least in bounds for the defenders so that they can attack them. They start getting a
Just
little.
come up to the snake fence here with artillery.
Yeah. Union is shifting. I would be very
Yeah.
cautious as Union not pre-capping point. Just edge the point. You have nothing to lose by edging the point. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. What if this attack fails? You've lost the game. What if a freak incident happens? You get wiped. You lost the game.
Yep. Canadian trying to get a lineup, but he's aiming towards the back half of the Union line. He needs to aim a little bit more to his left.
CSA charge.
Yeah, never mind. Fall it back. Up,
Oh, they
Nope,
were
they
going
were-
to charge, and he said, "Wait, I changed my mind."
Yep, they're shooting it out now. 3 minutes on the clock. And Union is a ways from point.
I feel like they might get last standed.
I don't know. I mean, they're keeping their distance. They're doing okay with that, trying to keep their distance. Artillery shot dead center but high. That would have been devastating. Oh man, this is a target-rich environment for any rifle. 2.5 minutes. Confederates moving to the Union right, trying to get shots down the road.
Yeah, if I was Union, I'd fall back, go take point right now. This is so risky for nothing.
Yep, artillery just a bit high.
I understand they probably aren't confident in holding point for the entirety, but
These artillery shots are. This is perfect artillery. Oh, the CQB artillerymen would be cringing at this. They're perfect. Load canister. Why are you still firing case? Load canister at this range.
trying their best.
I'm sorry, but that's just cringe-inducing.
I mean, it's within minimum arming distance of case. I mean, you land a case right in the middle of that line, they're poof. But it's harder than getting
Yeah,
a canister.
Yep, they're aiming way too high. And now, at just under a minute 30, IVB and CQ elements of the entire Union Army.
They're gonna go
back to
cap.
point.
Yep, they're gonna go cap. I would pursue them pretty heavily if I was CSA. Right as I noticed them running off, I'd chase.
They've got a massive unit still sitting here.
Union
Just
is
elements are falling back to go cap.
out capping. Yeah, Union needs to fall back and
1
force. I don't know, man. Although they're really close to going into last stand here. If Union could just I think they're doing it. I think Union's gonna try the suicide charge and get them in the last stand.
IVB trying. Yep, they load canister. Oh, eviscerate who's left. 2 flags on the dirt.
You're not gonna get enough casualties.
They
These guys are all in
eviscerate who's left.
formation. I know what you
That's
guys were trying to
less guys
do,
to shoot
but that's gonna hurt. Rambo officer.
He's element of the charge. He was an
Yeah,
element
he
of the
was
charge.
in the charge.
Yep, and now say maybe countercharging.
They are countercharging. Yep.
15 seconds.
Definitely got to
10
keep
seconds to
taking
recap.
point. See, the problem I had with what they just did there is like that's a whole unit wiped out that has to respawn. They're not going to be there to hold point right now. I think this is going to be a
and now
CSA
we're
win.
in overtime.
I think they kind of threw that one
Yeah,
away
they
a
just
little
slowed
tiny
down.
bit.
Yep, CSA win because they didn't recap in time.
That
Jam over the CQB in the text chat, just everyone going crazy in general, just saying cap it.
Yeah, people are
And
going to be real
nobody did
confused
or-
on that one. I'm not going to say Union team through because even if they did cap point, they're probably still going to end up losing. But just being that far up, I know the intention, but I know there's not many better options. It's just real risky. Take a look at the after action report. Go on the second round.
Yeah. I mean, Union was pretty dominant almost throughout that entire thing. They just didn't have good time management there at the very end.
Indeed.
And maybe part of it was artillery just killed enough of